It's the Willie Valentin Show on WCM Radio, playing the best of old school freestyle. New school. Reggaeton. The Willie Valentin Show, every Thursday night from 10 to midnight. Now, back to the music. That was the one and only K7 here.
Woo! Body rock.
Oh,
Body
man,
rock.
That's the jam, bro.
hotness right there.
When K7 came, you know, when he left TK and came out with that track, I was like, yes.
Yeah,
it's the new TK stuff. I'm like, no, it's not. It's K7.
Yeah, I walked into. I remember. I think it was a Wiz, and I hear the song playing. I was like, that sounds like Freestyle. What is that? I was like, yeah, and it was I Make You Feel Good. It was the other one. It was really good, man.
We're gonna play that later on today. You know why?
Because tonight is
K7 night. We're gonna have the interview with K7. Yes, that's gonna be hot. That's gonna be hot.
Nice little effect there, huh?
All right, and then
after midnight is your night, right?
What do you mean it's my night?
Es 5 de mayo. Órale, güey.
The mother. It's going to be good. We're going to have an interview with K7. It's going to be interesting. Going to answer a lot of questions and tell you stories. Some stuff you never knew about TK and K7. A whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff. We're playing part 1 of the interview today, and part 2 will be next week. It's a very long interview, but it's definitely well worth it. We're going to, you
guys are going to learn a lot. Will allow over here. We just, we were like mind blasted of all the stuff that he was telling us. A lot of names to songs that he named to women, and I mean, it was like really, he's out there, man.
You know what I noticed, Phil?
What?
Lou developed this radio voice. Yeah,
he's getting a little. I think he goes home and practices.
This is like WCM Radio. I got to drop my thing here,
I don't know the why yet, but
this is Louie Blue.
WCM Radio.
Oh, Willie got a call.
So, Lou, what you been doing today, man? How's your day?
Today was a really quiet day, actually, It was beautiful out there. 80-some-odd degrees, I heard.
Yeah, I was working all day. That sucks, man.
Yeah, I took about an hour, went out to lunch, had a good afternoon.
Yeah, so what we doing tomorrow for Cinco de Mayo? We getting crazy drunk.
I think we're gonna poker night it.
I think we should definitely poker night it, but there has to be a lot of liquor involved.
We could do that. Yeah, just go all out.
Yeah.
I'll bring some Bacardi. No, you know what? Let's go across the street. We'll get some tequila.
Why?
Wait, hit that tequila.
Why did the Mexican throw his wife out the window?
I don't know why.
Tequila! All right, that was corny.
That was stupid. Yeah. Okay. Now you can leave the house now. All right. But, Will came back.
Yeah, now we can stop talking about Mexicans. Will's back.
Anyway. So we're going to start the night off right. We started with a little K7. We're going to bring you the first K7 track that broke K7, that made him who he is. Come Baby Come on the Willie Valentin Show, WCM Radio.
Whoa, whoa.
Slam the door when I come into the bedroom, cause I'm the king of the castle. Turn me on, turn me loose. Try to hit it, it's a hassle. Come get some of this. Don't forget the innuendo. Play me like Nintendo. Never ever let go. Keep it so loud, you be hitting the crescendo. So free and so latito. Come baby, come baby, baby, come, come. Come baby, come baby, baby, come, come. Well, you gotta give me loving and you gotta give me some. You gotta give me loving and you gotta give me some. Come baby, baby, come, come. Come baby, baby, come, come. Well, you gotta give me loving and you gotta give me some. You gotta give me loving and you gotta give me some. Still getting busy. Now you're getting busy. I can slow it down so you can pump it. Then I move it fast so you can pump it. Two balls and a bat. My bitch, I wears a hat. Sliding into home base, trying to hit a home run. Swing, bada, 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 swing. Come, baby, come, come. Come, baby, baby, come, come. Well, you gotta give me loving and you gotta give me some. You gotta give me loving and you gotta give me some. Come, baby, baby, come, come. Come, baby, baby, come, come. Yeah, you gotta give me loving and you gotta give me some. You gotta give me loving and you gotta give me down. Bring it up, come on. around, pump it up and down, bounce. Move it all around, move it all around, bounce. Pump it up and down, bounce, bounce. Tell me, do you like it? Yeah. Do you want a little more? Yeah. Now tell me, do you love it? Yeah. Come on. Do you love me? I can feel it. Come on. Let it go. Come on. Give it to me. Come on. Give it to me. Come baby, come baby, baby, come, come. Come baby, come baby, baby, come, come. Gotta give it up and you gotta give it some. Come baby, come baby, baby, come, come. Come baby, come baby, baby, come, come. You gotta give it up and you gotta give it some. Come baby, baby, come, come. Step everybody, step everybody. Baby, come, come. All together now, come on. Come down.
Oh yeah, the man K7, come baby, come. We're gonna be doing the interview with K7 in just a few.
That's an amazing song. That song.
Oh, man.
That beat on that song is amazing.
Yeah, let me say when he switched over from TK and went with the K7 and he got the same kids down with them, their shows, you know, he like never stopped doing the great shows that TK did.
The happiness that this guy has, he told us it's amazing. You know, after every show, he just felt like $1 million, man.
Yeah, man, they do their thing on the stage, man.
Yeah, definitely.
The response they get is overwhelming.
The thing is, they give 100% in every show, 100%, and that's what's amazing about them. I mean, hey, but that beat is amazing. I guess anybody bopping at any given point.
Yeah, you got to, man.
Yeah, it's like her. Yeah.
So, what's going on, Will?
What's
man,
going
I
on?
haven't seen you all day, man.
Man, you know, getting ready for the show. Finished up the Quick Mix 5.
Yeah,
you know,
can't wait for that one.
No more
I haven't heard that
half-assing
one
and playing bits and pieces here and there. So we're gonna play the Quick Mix 5 in about a minute or two.
You mean we're not gonna tease them?
Nah, we're gonna give them the real thing today.
Really?
Yeah.
All of it?
It's gonna be hot.
Definitely.
Every bit?
Before I do that, I want to give some shout-outs to our faithful listeners out there. Denise in Orlando, what's up? I hope you were able to tune in. Trina Cria 72. I always forget her real name. I'm so sorry, but I know you always listening, and you're a big freestyle fan, and she loves K7, Johnny O, George Lamont, everybody. She's a freestyle fanatic, and that's a great thing.
Or
Cria.
Hi, Cria.
Yep. We had a request for Nick Colon. It was Love, which we don't have because it's not even released yet. But that's coming from DJ Lowe's, aka Manny T, and he wants to give a shout out to the Springfield crew, 729 crew, DJ Porky. And
Springfield? What
yeah, man.
Springfield in the house.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out also to Sydney Freestyle listening in. My daughter Chelsea, I don't know why you're up at this time.
What's up, Chelsea?
Go to sleep.
How you doing?
Freestyle Pete.
What happened? I don't get no shout outs?
And my wife is, you know,
a big shout out to Synthia. Oh, I'm saying shout out to Synthia Figueroa.
Oh,
Shut up.
Another shout out to Johnny O and his wife Jeanette, who we're listening in right now.
Oh,
hey,
John?
what's up, Johnny?
Yo, John, man, I got singles right now. Handball, bro. Me and you. What's up, King?
Yeah, Johnny O's a big handball player. And also DJ Juan Valentine. DJ Juan Valentine is also listening in. Let me give a shout out to him. And Armando.
Oh, what's up, Mondo?
CPR Jose Ortiz and the whole What You Missing crew, Ralph. You know, wasn't for them, we wouldn't have this show. Definitely always got to shout them out every week.
Always doing that thing.
Jose, we always go and do your show, man. You got to come and do ours one day.
I know. Come on, man.
Yeah. We got a request for Manny Love of a Lifetime from Freestyle Pete. Pete, we're definitely going to play that record. We've been playing it for like the last 4 weeks in a row. We're definitely going to play that.
It's like a favorite in this place.
And Body Rock, we're definitely going to play that also. Oh, Trina Cria, her only with Rosalie. Sorry about that, Rosalie.
We play
I want to give you a
Rock.
shout out. Also, give us another shout out, of course, to May Lane, who listens in every week.
Hi,
The Boogie Down Bronx.
Oh, she lives in the Bronx?
Yeah.
We're neighbors, man.
All right. This is what we're going to do. We're going to get ready for Quick Mix 5 here on WCM Radio, the Willie Valentin Show.
Check it out.
Check it out. Let me know what you think.
Check it out, baby.
The request lines are open, 888-299-3167, or IM us at Artistic95, or email us artistic95@AOL.com. Check it out.
You're going to love it, baby.
Break beat.
phone. And I know it makes no sense, cause you walked out the door. But it's the only way I hear your voice anymore. It's ridiculous, it's much. For some reason I just get over. And I'm stronger than this, yeah. No more walking around with my head down. I'm so over being blue, crying over you. And I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, so done with wishing you were still here. Said I'm so sick of love songs, so sad and slow. So why can't I turn off the radio?
Willie Valentin, mixing it up.
What we're gonna do right here is go back, way back into time. Get on it.
Take you away.
listening to the Willie Valentin Show on WCM Radio, pumping freestyle and reggaeton. Listening to the Willie Valentin Show on WCM Radio, pumping freestyle and reggaeton.
Chencho y Malti, Lambe, vamos allá, blin, blin, blin. Por eso friki, 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 frikidona, dale frikidona. Por eso friki, 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 frikidona, dale frikidona. Por eso friki, 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 frikidona, dale frikidona. Por eso friki, 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 frikidona. Yo soy frikidona. Oh no, ella es frikidona. En la cama ella detona. Con su movimiento cualquiera ella está zona. Lo hace de pálido mirando la popona. Por morning. Let's go, good morning. Friquitona, nunca se quita, nunca se cansa, siempre se le encerrona. Con calentura, con su cintura, provoca mis hormonas. De Kama Sutra, las posiciones se las sabe toda. Friquitona. Por eso friquitona. Dale friquitona. Por eso friquitona. Dale friquitona. Por eso friquitona. Dale friquitona. Por eso friquitona. Yo soy friquitona. Oye chiquilla, me estás petando y yo te ataco a la milla. Yo quiero ver si en verdad tienes babilla y que en la cama tú haces maravillas. Ella es sencilla, como se chula cuando se la vida, como la pongo a doblar rodilla. Ella es la vivida, que si te duerme ella te activida. Le gusta lento, también a la milla. Me estás petando, oye chiquilla, me estás petando y yo te ataco a la milla. Yo quiero ver si en verdad tienes babilla y que en la cama tú haces maravillas. Por eso friquitona, dale friquitona. Por eso friquitona, dale friquitona. Por eso friquitona, dale friquitona. Por eso friquitona, yo soy friquitona. Oh no, quiero que todo está bajo control. Hey, friquitona, viene la reunión de Chencho y Marty. Las Vegas, dale friquitona. What's up? Ella es friquitona. Oh no. Ella es dale friquitona.
That's right. We play reggaeton and freestyle up in here.
Friquitona. Ain't nothing like a friquitona.
That's the jam right there. I'm
Always.
definitely feeling that.
Yeah, any friquitonas out there, be sure to give us a call, 888-299-3167. I need a friquitona.
Talk about friquitonas. Whatever happened to the little email thing that we had going? Anybody email us?
Oh, come on, Pretty Kitty.
Pretty Kitty.
What's a Pretty Kitty BX69? No.
Pretty Kitty.
That's why you can't even check it. You don't even know.
Pretty Kitty 69 BX at AOL. I mean at Yahoo.com.
That's the word.
Pretty Kitty 69 BX.
Yo, Will,
at Yahoo.com.
he's like, yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Taz. He's listening in right now.
What up, C?
And Rosalie wants to give a shout out to K7. She wants to let you know that Brooklyn loves you, K. Want to give a shout out to my daughter's friends listening in right now. Kayla, Liz, Kathy, and Ariel.
Yo, K, you got a shout out too from Yvette the Diva.
All right. So, thanks for everybody for tuning in tonight. We got a lot of listeners on tonight, ready to listen to the K7 interview and to the hot music we're playing tonight, the mega mixes and all that good stuff. So, I think everybody's ready now?
Let's go for that, man.
Yeah, let's give it to him.
Let me give it to them.
How we gonna open up this interview, bro?
Well, Phil, you weren't here when we did the interview.
Yeah, man, that's messed
What
up.
don't you know about K7? What would you like to know about K7?
I don't know if he's taller than me, cause I know it's pretty close.
Well, he wasn't here, so I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you
Okay,
anything like
can you
that.
call in and let me know, cause that's been a big argument between me and a few people.
How if you well,
I think I got him by like a half inch or something like that. I think I got him. I don't know, but anyway, he's still the man. Let me see. I would like to know how he got that name, K7. Like,
You know what? I'm glad you asked that question.
That's a real good
That's
question.
a definite question that we asked.
oh yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
with no further ado, that's right. Whatever. We're going to play part one of the K7 interview on WCM Radio, the Willie Valentin Show.
enjoyed it.
And we're back on WCM Radio, the Willie Valentin Show. On the line, we have the one and only K7.
K7.
What's up, K?
How you doing, guys? How you feel?
Very good, man. We're excited.
Doing good.
Excited to have you on here, man.
Well, it's a pleasure for me to be on here.
Very cool, very cool. So, all right, we asked the fans on the internet to ask some questions for K7. So we're gonna start off with some fan questions first.
All right. No problem.
All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you the name of the fans of this, so they can feel good about that they know their questions were asked on the air.
It feels somewhat important, at least.
There you go. All right. We have what we have here. We have Frankie. Okay. His question is, I know the K7 album, Swing Batter Swing, was the first gold album of a Latino in that genre. Which also has some freestyle on the CD. Do you plan to do another CD similar with hip hop, Latin freestyle, or maybe reggaeton?
At this point in time, I'm recording an album. It's called 15 Minutos Después.
Okay.
It's basically a hip hop and reggaeton album.
Nice. That's going to be K7, right?
Yeah, K7.
Nice. Very cool. All right.
That's pretty awesome, man.
All right, let's move on to the next question here. This one is from Osby Oi Jams. I don't know who that is.
Get oi.
Okay. It says, well, they're actually questioning KL for the K7. It says, would KL do a duet with India at some point in the future?
Oh, that's a good question.
I would if it would, it's hypothetically speaking. So yeah, I would love to do a duet with her.
Cool.
But I mean, when we were kids, her voice was so powerful back then that I was really intimidated by how powerful she was, how powerful her voice was.
Cool.
And she was a monster. She's incredible. When we used to, Joey Gardner used to have us do sessions. I stated just recently in an other interview that I had for NewYorkFreestyle.com.
Yep.
That Dancing on the Fire was a song that was originally a TKA song.
Right.
And
wow.
She and I were sharing lyrics on that song. We were going back and forth as a duet. And when it came to the ad-libs, she just flew me away. And I was like, it was, she's awesome. She's incredible.
Did you guys ever record a demo of that?
Yeah, we have a demo of it. Joey Gardner has it. Basically.
Oh, man.
That'd be cool to have, right? We could play it on here.
Lucky Joey.
It's not. The only difference is that me and A.B. are not singing the choruses on it, because me and A.B. were on the choruses with India at that point.
Okay.
And I was sharing part of the leads. At the original demo had me on the leads, and then before she left, the demo that we had her just singing it with me and A.B. singing the.
Okay. That sounds interesting. I wish I could have heard that.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to listen to. We got another question here. And it's pretty deep, actually, and I understand you're a pretty deep guy. In all the years that you've been performing, is there any profound lesson you've learned in the music business and that would benefit someone else out there? And, those newcomers that are coming up. Is there anything you can tell these people, and what have you learned and stuff?
Number one, that this is a business.
Okay.
And so you have to treat it as such.
It's like
and if
another
you're lucky to make friends along the way, then you're lucky to make friends. But the most the probability of it all in this business is that you will lose friends.
Right.
Oh, okay.
If you get into business with your friends. Sometimes friendships are not meant to go into business.
That's absolutely,
true, yeah.
I agree.
Sometimes you're lucky enough to be able to. Sometimes it just doesn't work out that way.
Okay.
That's cool.
I'm going to ask you a question that, we're going to go back to the fans' questions, but I'm going to go back into like more of the basics and go back to the TK days and stuff like that. Just go back to, I'm pretty sure you were asked this question many, many times before in the past, but tell the fans out there who may not know who the original TK members were.
Right. The original TK members. It started out, here's how it all started out. I was walking down the street, saw Tony. Tony at that point used to rap.
Okay.
And I used to rap as well.
Right.
And we were the best guys from the neighborhood, more lower, the lower part of the barrio. Tony was more the upper part of the barrio.
Okay.
But in high school, he was the guy that, like the Latin guy that was rapping in our school that was, the best.
Right.
I approached him and I said, it'd be cool if we made a group. And he at that time said, well, him and his cousin were thinking about making a group. And I said, well, I could write songs and I could sing, and I got the song that I wanted you to hear.
Okay.
And this was, I think it was late 82 into 83.
Wow. Okay.
And I sang to him a song that I had written in school like 2 or 3 weeks prior, which was Scars of Love.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And he heard it. He said, "Okay, let's go."
So
And
it was a
brought
song
his cousin and baby.
Uh-huh.
And we also brought a friend, a mutual friend that we had was this guy named Spider.
Right.
And we became a group, and we started singing around the area. We started singing on, basically Sweet 16s and, school parties.
Okay.
In our area. And I had stumbled across Tommy Boy, the record label.
Right.
And I walked up one day, and I said we could sing. And the guy who was working the front desk, he wasn't the receptionist, but the day that I walked in, he was.
Right.
And it happened to be Joey Gardner.
Wow.
Oh.
And I told him, well, we're doing a show on 97th Street in this Catholic school, and maybe you could come down and you could see us perform. And when he did, he came by that evening and he saw us perform a rough version of Scar's Love over rap beats.
Right.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's interesting. You told me that Tony was a rapper and you were a rapper. How did you guys feel about singing? Because, Scar's Love is a song that, with a melodic tune. And
Well,
how did the transition go from the rapping to the singing?
Well, at that point, a lot of the rappers that were famous were groups like the Cold Crush and Fantastic. Then was the Theater on the Fantastic Romantic Five, and these guys were guys that were going out their way and taking like Leo Sayer songs and singing the hooks to them.
Right.
And well, not singing the hooks necessarily. We're changing the lyrics to describe more what they were doing. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we decided to do is do that kind of thing. We wanted to be a more singing group. The fact that we were writing our own songs, just, I guess, we felt that it was an asset for us.
Right.
So what I would do is I would write, I would be in high school, and every time I'd cut out of school, I'd write a brand new song, and that afternoon I'd go to 112th Street to Tony's apartment, and me, Tony, and Amy would go on the fire escape, and we'd start singing this brand new song.
Okay.
And to a degree, we had an equal amount of rap records as we did songs, melody songs. And when Joey Gardner first heard us, Tommy Boy had just finished signing the 470s and a group called Sonic, which at that point is like, I would say it was the original Wu-Tang, because they had like 7 members.
Wow.
That's like the original 7, yeah.
They had DJs, a beatbox. They had 4 different rappers. They had a record. Their most famous record was like All That Jazz.
Okay.
And they were like I guess the first group to have the Wu-Tang type of image of having like a whole bunch of members that could all rap at the same time.
Okay.
And what Tommy Boy didn't need at that point was yet another rap group.
Okay.
And Joey said, well, what other type of music do you like? And I personally like Planet Patrol, Play at Your Own Risk. That's one of my favorite records of all time.
Yeah.
And he says, well, why don't we make like a male version, like a Latino version of the Force MD? And I was like, okay. He goes, and that song, Scars of Love, why don't we try to do that song, Scars of Love? And I was like, all right, but can we do it like a rap record? And he was like, no, I'm thinking about doing it like Planet Patrol, where the beat is going to be a little bit faster. And I was like, all right, at that point, I just wanted to be in the music business anyway.
Right. I hear you.
And he had the same conversation with Tony, and we decided to go with it, and we started recording. We had to be honest, Scars of Love at that point had 5 different demos, and each demo we were unhappy with.
Wow.
And one day, out of the blue, this guy named Marco Olivio walked into Tommy Boy Records with a demo, and it was just one verse. It was a verse and a half, and it was the scratch version of One Way Love. The demo was horrible, and they said, "Well, tonight we're going to go record it." Now, I suffer from allergies. I I suffer from allergies, and I was the original lead singer of the group.
Right.
And I had a horrible time trying to sing One Way Love because it wasn't on my key, and the key that I was singing it in wasn't appropriate. It just didn't sound right with me singing it.
Oh, okay.
And Joey said, well, you need to sound like this. And I wasn't able to project.
Right.
And since we were recording stuff at that time on a shoestring budget, here we are, we're paying for everything. It wasn't like the advent now of home studios.
Right.
We're actually paying for the time that we had. We couldn't cancel out because I'm sick.
Right.
We couldn't wait until allergy season was over. And A.B. got into the, I walked out of the booth and A.B. walked in, and history was made. The weirdest thing about One Way Love that people don't realize it is that because of the fact that it only has one verse,
right,
the structure and the story and how the story unfolds to One Way Love is exactly the way Scars of Love unfolded.
Wow.
And that's because Joey said, well, let's do what we did with Scars, let's do what you did lyrically with Scars of Love and do the same thing on One Way Love. So if you listen to One Way Love, lyrically, it's the whole story plays out almost like Scars of Love does.
I always wondered why A.B. sang that song. I was like, I'm glad you cleared it up for me because there was always these questions. Well, why didn't Kay, Kay didn't sing that song? Okay, that's cool. I don't think that's ever been told in any interview. I pretty much follow a lot of your interviews, and I read a lot about your interviews, and I've spoken to a lot of radio DJs. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. So it was your allergies that caused you not to sing the leads in that song. That's cool.
My allergies and the fact that at some points I was not very focused.
Okay.
That's what had me there.
Wow.
Yeah. But he did a great job on that, and he did a great job on Come Get My Love, which happened to be our second single.
Okay, yeah, I remember that
as well.
Very cool. I was a big fan. I remember I was about 16, 17 years old when those records came out, and at the time I started singing. I was like, oh my God, who is this group? I want to be like them. I got two guys. We try to be like you guys. Got the turtlenecks and everything. So I'll never forget those days. I mean, I was around in those days going, oh, they're performing at this club. Let's go over here. They're at this club. I remember I was 15 when I saw you guys perform at Roseland, and it was awesome. You guys had these Puerto Rican flags in the back of your shirts.
Yeah.
And I remember going, oh, and I had snuck into the club because you can't be 15 to get into that club. But I was with my sister. I'm like, oh man, what kind of? I didn't know the word freestyle wasn't around yet. It was just music.
No, at first. Here's the thing that I was talking. I was talking about it on my interview the other day, and people don't really understand that freestyle is early. How can I put it? It's like an extension of hip hop music.
Right.
Now, the diehard rapper didn't embrace it, but it was our version of hip hop. Early on in hip-hop, the Latino sound in hip-hop, rappers like Ruby D or DJs like Charlie Chase, they carved a niche for themselves. But a lot of rappers weren't getting the light of day. A lot of Puerto Rican rappers weren't getting the light of day. Either you were a break dancer or, but you weren't getting the mic.
Right.
And there was very few, and I'll be honest with you, there was only 5 Puerto Ricans on the hip-hop scene at that point that were popular.
Right.
And when we started making freestyle music, it was an extension of hip hop.
Right.
It was our version of being able to speed up the hip hop beats that we liked, whether it was love rap, whether it was Apache, whether it was the Mexican, whether it was To Be Real by Cheryl Lynn.
Right.
And we just started singing melodies over it.
Right.
The whole concept of singing over these rap beats is what freestyle is. A lot of people nowadays seem to have a hard time embracing that aspect of it.
Right.
That
a
makes
lot
sense.
of people nowadays don't respect it because I'm always criticized by comparing reggaeton to freestyle. People don't really see that.
I don't. Yeah.
That reggaeton is actually the child of freestyle, if you will.
Yeah, I believe that.
I believe it.
You know, it's the child of two. It's the child of dancehall music, and it's the child of freestyle.
Right.
So, you know, you hear the Latino sound in it. You hear the freestyle melody in it.
Hell yeah.
The subject matter is basically sex.
Right.
But you know what?
What is it nowadays?
Times change and subject matters change, you know, and that's the way it goes. But people have to realize what it is.
Definitely.
You know.
We're going to come back to more K7. We're going to play a couple of songs and be right back with the interview live with K7. Oh, yeah.
Whoa. That was a whole earful.
Very informative.
Yo, Mike called. He said, speak for yourself. You were wearing turtlenecks, not him.
Oh, now you want to call back? Time to go to myspace.com and type in the Willie Valentin Show to see his picture on the site. Got a special picture of Michael Anthony on there.
He's got a nice smile.
Who should be here right now. Yeah,
nice smile.
Very nice smile. Very nice smile. But we're going to be back with some more K7, more of the interview, more information, more of the scoop on his past, his future, and what's going on with K7 and TK.
Yeah. Call me now. It's his future.
With that note, I want to play another K7 track. I'll Make You Feel So Good. This track is hot.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Let's go.
Press lines are open 888-299-3167 or email us artistic95@aol.com or I am artistic95.
Yo, I make you feel so good. Good.
There we go.
Started off with a kiss, a touch, a grab, a feel. I made a feel real up with my hand in the lamb of the mighty boom boom. Then I looked at the boom, I took her back to my room. And then one time I put my hand on her behind her, we started to grind. You know I made her mine. Would you do it again? If I could, I would have shivered in the end. I made her feel good. Yeah. good, then I should. I make it feel so good. Yeah, and then I like it out steady. Woo, I make it feel so good. She said, don't stop, don't stop, don't drop, move it all around from the bottom to the top. She said to move it to prove it, so I go faster, faster than I stop. Give me more, give me more. She said I gave her, I'll give her, so I deliver. I hit her, she's on top. Bobby, please, Bobby, please. So you know I keep going, she likes the way that I'm rolling. The girl is hot. Give me more, give me more. And at the end she pretends she wants to do it again. The body rock, pick it up, I make it feel so good.
You're listening to the Willie Valentin Show on WCM Radio.
Is it all real or is it fake?
You're listening to WCM Radio.
Ladies, there are 3 rules when it comes to playing a nigga. Rule number 1, eye contact. Porque tú sabes que son sucios. Rule number 2, get him drunk. Cause they don't know how to act when they drink. And rule number 3, take him for all he's got.
Listening to the Willie Valentin Show on WCM Radio.
By request, that was Manny Love of a Lifetime. We play that every week. We got a lot of requests for that record.
Yeah, I love that song, bro. Manny he's such a good writer, bro.
Is he the love of your lifetime? I mean,
shut up. I didn't want to tell him.
Real quick before we get back into the interview, I want to give a couple of shout outs to Paula and Joey Kidd listening in. What's up, Joey? What's up, Paula?
Yo, can I shout somebody out real quick?
Sure, man.
Yo, Gisela, just want to give you a shout out. Stop falling in the tub, baby.
Okay.
Wow.
I want to give a shout out to Lisa and Mike Gonzalez, also to Lisa and Mike Berto, Michael Anthony listening online.
Just so you know, hold on, she was rushing out the shower so she could get to the computer and listen to the show, and she slipped.
You going back to your shout out again? Okay, anyway.
But it was for the show.
My bad. Thank you for falling for us.
But it was for the show.
She
fell for the Willie Valentin Show.
Want to give a shout out to Jason LaMonica listening in.
Yo, what up, Jay?
So, the last one listening, Sydney Freestyle. My daughter Chelsea, she wants to give a shout out to one of her friends.
It better not be a boy.
Happy early birthday to Kayla. Her birthday is on the 27th. So when I wish her all the best and happy birthday to you.
Just a little early.
And Chelsea, go to sleep and tell your friends to go to sleep. We'll be calling each other at esta hora.
¿Qué tú crees?
So from now I'm going to continue on with the K7 interview. So have your computers ready to record. Listen to some more info on K7. Check it out. And we're back on the Willie Valentin Show, WCM Radio. And we have the other part to the K7 interview. So, Kay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, cool.
All righty. This next question was talking about venues, and you just before we were rudely interrupted for a commercial break. Where was the best place you've ever, the most memorable place you've performed?
Okay, I answer that in two ways. You have to ask me TKA wise.
Oh, that's right. I forget. Okay, so let's start with TKA.
Best place we ever performed at.
Or the most memorable that you could say, wow, I mean, that's one memorable place that you've done.
Our last show in the Hialeah racetrack.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
That was the most memorable because they all came that day to say goodbye to us.
Wow.
Really?
It was our last show, and it was great. I mean, we gave a hell of a show. At that point, we had already had the Swing Kids performing with us for a while, and they were touring with us. And the energy for the show was great. It was very sentimental.
Yeah.
But it was cool. And then our first show back, which was at Exit.
I was there, yeah.
Yeah, that was very emotional.
Yep.
So, TKA-wise, those two shows stand out as like the biggest memories, for me.
And now for K7.
K7, oof. There's so many. One was performing at Wembley Stadium for Smash Hits.
Okay.
It was a Smash Hits award show, and we were there, and we were the unknown group, and we really didn't realize we felt like we were the unknown group when we got to England. And Will Smith was there, Bjork was there, Take That, with Robbie Williams. Marky Mark was there, Mark Walton.
Yeah.
All these different groups were performing. It was like big names. It was Wembley Stadium.
Right.
Yeah.
And they introduced us. We knew that our record was being played in England, but we really didn't realize how popular it was.
Right.
And we woke up on stage, and all of a sudden you see everybody go bananas.
Oh, man.
And I was like, wow. That was, for K7, that was one of the biggest shows. And then to me, doing the K7 shows, to be honest with you, walking up on stage with the Swing Kids, and it's always something that is worthwhile to me. There are very few shows that I walk off the stage when I perform with those guys that I feel like I'm depressed about it.
Right.
It's like, to be honest with you, I used to walk up on stage with TK, and not because of the fans, but because of what I felt we could have done.
Right.
I used to walk off sad. But when I go up on stage with these guys, when I woke up on stage with Prophet and Trey and LOS and Todd Bless and whichever DJ I got, whether it's Finesse Scribble or whether it's Slinky or or Scuba Steve, and if I had Vice Versa there, when I woke off that stage, I'm like, great. I feel happy. Like, I feel happy that I was able to do what I wanted to do.
That's great.
To be honest with you, I think in the whole time that I've done the K7 stuff by myself, there's really never been a day that I came off stage and was like pissed off.
Yeah.
I always felt satisfied. And even if they felt that it was their worst show, I'm sitting there with like the biggest grin in my face because like I had the best time.
So your K7 shows, you're very proud of every one of your shows. Every time you perform as K7, you guys rock the house. I mean, tell you the truth, every time I see you guys perform as K7, when it's never disappointing. I haven't heard a bad review. I mean, except for the haters that talk crap, but I mean, because I'll be honest, I know why they hate. Go ahead.
And here's the truth, and I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna put it all out there. I'm not calling anybody out.
Okay.
I'm not saying anybody in specific. But when you go to these freestyle websites, okay, the few that are up and the few that are popular,
right?
People think that that you, the artist, are stupid. They don't know that we're mostly the flies on the wall on the freestyle pages, and we go up there to see what you guys think of us.
Yeah.
And when we're there, we know who writes in what style. Like, everybody knows my writing style. Everybody knows that I write emotionally, so I don't spell check my stuff.
Right.
Right? So if I know that you guys know that, you think that I don't know how you guys write?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that they pretend to be different people.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I know.
Now I'm not talking about my friend, my now friend who was at one point my hater. I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about all the other haters that get up on the page and are actually just envious because, and it's not because I'm doing anything to make them hate me.
Right.
It's just because they feel that it's harder for them because groups like me and my peers are still around doing it. And we welcome you guys. We welcome all the new school artists to come out and do their thing. It would be great if you guys got the attention that was needed because I know that you guys are working hard. My biggest thing is if you guys want to succeed and get to a point, hate and blocking yourself out by wasting your energy arguing nonsense with people that don't matter is what stunts your growth as an artist.
Oh, that's good. That's real good.
Now, if you stop and you focus and if you stop pretending to sound like, the 25th person to sound like George Lamont, and if you stop trying to imitate everything that TKA did, and if you stop pretending to be Synthia or thinking that you are Synthia when you're not.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you could develop your own style. People need to what's hurting our music right now is that it's the same thing that most people criticize reggaeton for.
Right.
You turn on Calle and you listen to Calle, and a lot of people criticize Calle because they're saying, I'm hearing the same record by the same people, and I don't know which one is, I don't know what song is different from this song or whatever.
Right.
It's the same thing that people used to say about Freestyle back in the day
Exactly.
on Hot 103.5 and when it was Hot 97.
Yeah.
Now that you say that, they say that about this
though.
though. They say that about all different types of genres, especially rap and gangster rap and all that stuff. A lot of people say those types of things.
They say it about that too.
Yeah.
But they turn around and they go, oh, it all sounds the same to me. The reason it all sounds the same is because artists are not developing themselves.
Right.
They take a cookie cutter approach to recording a record. I want to sound like Coro.
Yeah.
I want to sound like Coro did on Where Are You Tonight.
It's funny you're saying that because I do a lot of production, and I don't know how many times I've heard, like if a group comes to me, oh, can you do a beat like TK? I want to do, see that Suave beat? Can you sample the kick and the snare? I want it to sound like Suave's Crying Over You. Oh, can you sample this? I want it to sound like Synthia. I'm like, oh my God. And you're absolutely right. That's what people do.
You know what? People need, whoever it may be, need to say, no.
You're right. You're right.
I'm not going to do it. You know why? Because it hurts you.
You're right.
I mean, you know, I wrote a song, George, I love the way George sings.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote a song one time that allowed me and Angel to do the harmonies that George does.
Mm-hmm.
On Without You. Without You is one of my favorite George Lamont records.
Yeah.
I turned around and I started doing a song similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought it to Joey Gardner and I said, Joey, look at this song, and I sang it. And I had even demoed it.
Uh-huh.
And Joey Gardner looked at me and said, I will not have you pretending to be somebody else when we have to define our own style.
Right.
And at that point, that was the last time that I ever wanted to sound like anybody else.
That's great.
That's key to a lot of people who are up and coming right now. I mean, try to individualize yourselves from the rest of the people, you know?
You know what? I spoke to Tony G. Tony G is a good friend of mine from New Image.
Yeah, Tony.
And I used to see Tony. Tony G is an incredible self-promoter.
Yes.
He self-promotes the hell out of New Image.
Yes, he does.
And I'm proud of him for that.
Yep.
Because I think he does a terrific job, you know, and he keeps the name out there so that that's what people are supposed to do. You're supposed to keep your name there.
Yep.
Not by making yourselves look bigger than, or or that you're, or souping yourselves up, calling yourself a king.
Mm-hmm.
But by, and I'm sorry for the stab. I had to take a stab at somebody.
Sure.
But by basically focusing on what they needed to do. And I told Tony, I said, Tony, the most important thing, he goes, Kay, I want to do a song with you guys, or I want to do a song because I want it to sound like this. And I said, Tony, I love you guys. When you wrote Sexual Fantasy for DKA, we turned around and we were able to sing that song in our way. My sound doesn't sound like your demo because I wanted it to sing it like me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you are a talented singer. You're a talented songwriter. Don't follow the trends that everybody else is following.
Yeah.
Because then they're going to bury you.
True.
Our audience has so many critics. The diehard freestyle fans and the haters. There are so many critics here.
You're right.
That they will shoot you down with the first note of the song.
The critics and the wannabe critics, because everybody tries to be a critic nowadays.
Yeah.
I mean, there are more critics than fans.
True. The fans became critics now. Everybody, I think all the fans now think they're in the music business.
Because they've spent 5 to 6 to 7 years on a website.
Yeah, it's a little annoying. It's a little annoying. I got a question for you. I looked through records. Who is L Sharp?
L Sharp is me.
Someone told me that, and I'm like, I don't know who that is. Go, but
L Sharp is me. It's my birth name.
Okay.
It's my birth name. At first, I used to fight Joey Gardner. I said, I want you to put KL there because I have legal use of the word KL and I have legal use of the word K7.
Right.
And now, I have legal use of the word TKA.
Right.
I'm able to use those names as, I could sign a check KL and it'll clear.
Okay.
And it has to be my signature in my certain way, but I could do that.
Okay.
I could do the same with K7 and I could do the same as TK.
Okay, that was always one. I've always one person when I used to collect records. I used to DJ. I used to always read all the credits. Even from the engineer to the studio you guys were using. And I've always wanted to work with those people. Like when you guys did think was Give You Love to Me. I think was it Tommy Uzo you guys used for that?
Tommy Uzo, the master.
Right, and I used his studio. Right, I'm recording vocals in his studio one time, and I was off key. He was like, "Do it again." I'm like, "I don't know. It must be the mic." And he goes, "You know what? If TK can use that mic, and they sound on key, you can use that mic." I was like, "Okay." So you know,
Tommy recorded almost everything on the Louder Than Love album. He recorded Maria. He recorded Body Rock, I'll Make You Feel Good, and then all of the K7 parts.
Yeah, he's the man.
And I love Tommy Uzo to death. You know, Mirror Image Studios. That's heaven to me.
Remember the original one in Long Island, the one in his garage, his family's house garage?
I love the one in Long Island.
Yeah.
The one in Long Island is where I recorded all of Swing Gotta Swing and all of and most of everything else. Like we did a couple of sessions in D&D in the city to record Body Rock, and then I think we used soundtracks for my memory could be failing me, but I think we did soundtracks for I'll Make It Feel Good.
Okay.
But some of the vocals I'll Make It Feel Good, but most of the stuff was done in Tommy Uzo's studio.
Yeah, he's the man. I got a question for you. You know, you guys, and I can just imagine how many, not only the States, but I know you perform out of the country. What is the wildest experience you ever had with like a fanatic fan, a crazy fan while you were on tour? Like, what's the wildest thing, craziest thing that ever happened to you with a fan?
Oh boy.
We had to ask.
Joey Kidd couldn't answer this question for me. He came up with some
got
story.
all nervous.
Someone brought him a piece of cake with a coffee in the nude. That was the best story I got from him. But I want to know. I know you got to have some crazy to tell me. Well, if your fiance is right next to you, I don't want you to get in trouble.
To be honest, I've been woken up in strange ways. I used to be a big oversleeper after partying. You know, after we used to hang out after the shows and party and whatever. I used to be a big oversleeper, and so I used to always have my roadie my key. And one night, in the middle of the night, I'm woken up by my roadie and a friend.
Okay.
Craziest.
Okay. A friend, a special guest. A
special guest, yeah.
I wasn't. Oh, by the way, I wasn't awoken by the roadie.
Okay.
I was about to say something. I'm like,
I hope not. Okay. All right. I can imagine. Yeah, you don't have to get the detail. I think we could all imagine that.
That's as much as I can say.
No, that's cool. On that note, we're going to come back to K7 in a few. And okay, his stories are great. I mean,
yeah.
I might extend the show a little longer for this week, but we're going to come right back with more K7.
I'm willing to stay as long as you need.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good.
We'll be right back with more K7 on the Willie Valentin Show, WCM Radio. All right. We're definitely going to be back with more interview.
I learned a lot. I didn't know a lot about that, bro. TK.
Rosalie, sorry I couldn't lower the beats a little lower. I know she was saying, can I lower the beats?
The beats were too hard.
But it's a weird situation, so I couldn't really lower the beats in the background. We needed it to cover a little bit of the hiss, since we're recording off the telephone. But I'm glad everyone's enjoying the
What happened there? There we go.
Hey, technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Everybody's enjoying the interview. I got good feedback. A lot of people listening in right now on the internet. People calling in. It's a really good experience.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that we got some good listeners out there, man. It's good to know that the audience is growing and people are supporting, man. It's cool.
Definitely.
Mei Ling didn't hear a shout out from us, so she feels like we didn't shout her out.
You didn't hear me, Mei Ling?
She's like, that's messed up.
I said we're neighbors, Mei Ling, because I didn't know you were from the Bronx.
Why you sound like that?
I know, it's like, that's my, hold on. That's my Anthony Jones voice.
All right, I want to get some shout outs real quick. Once again to Mei Ling listening in. Nelson Perez and Dark Element Productions.
Yeah. Yo.
My man Taz. Un Chulito. Remember him?
Remember Chulito?
Un Chulito. That nigga's back. What's up? What up, kid?
Rosalie. Freestyle Pete. Delicious D. Armando CPR. Jose Ortiz. And what's this last name I wrote here?
Who
Sorry,
cares?
I can't even remember what I
What
wrote.
Zorro? What's that?
But we got one more part of the interview for today, for the first segment of the K7 interview. It's a 2-part series.
Damn.
Yeah, that dude.
Man's got a lot to say.
He's a deep guy too. He's really
Cool.
deep.
Well, it's got to be a lot of good things if we're gonna air it, so it's pretty good.
Definitely,
It's
yeah.
good to know.
Hey, you know, and what I liked about the interview is that he's teaching these new artists out there that are up and coming a thing or two. I mean, he's been in the business for a long time. Why wouldn't you, you know?
Yeah,
take an earful, you know. Take it. Take
So you
what
learn
you
something,
hear.
you
Yeah,
think.
you learn something, you know.
That's true.
So I don't know. That's fine.
It's good if anybody can listen in and soak some of this information in and put it to good use.
Definitely.
You never know.
Y'all real monotone like that and talking. You know what I'm saying? Get a little vibrant in here, man.
Then we for dry, irritated eyes.
All right, we're gonna play some more reggaeton. We'll be right back on the Willie Valentin Show.
What the friketona? Friketona.
WCM Radio.
Oh man.
Así como vivimos,
La vida loca. La vida loca. My crazy life.
así como vivimos, así como vivimos como las estrellas, mucho dinero, champán caro, mujeres bellas, todos los que están conmigo alcen la botella, que esta noche nos vamos para Quiqueya, así como vivimos la vida loca, sentado en VIP en el cielo roca, aunque esta vida a muchos le choca, así vivimos la vida loca.
Esta noche nos vamos de viaje, yo arregla los pasajes. Nos vamos así como estamos, sin equipaje. Reservación en el Jaragua, residential suites, botellas de champán y camas de agua. Yo macho llama a Morenal, dile que llegamos a las 12 y que nos esperen en la terminal. Esta noche el party es en Quiqueya, hoy vamos a bellaquear bajo las estrellas, con mujeres bellas, sandungueando frente al mar, bebiendo Mama Juana, Presidente y Rugal. Esta noche vamos a todas, no hay más nada que hablar, y vamos a estar en esta hasta que el gallo comienza a cantar. Al natural, mujeres sueltas y sin ropa, que se ponen bellas después de par de copas. Yo chula besarla en la boca. Así es como vivimos la vida loca. Así es como vivimos, país.
Así es como vivimos como las estrellas, mucho dinero, champán caro, mujeres bellas, todos los que están conmigo alcen la botella, que esta noche nos vamos para Quiqueya. Así es como vivimos la vida loca, sentado en VIP en el cielo rosa, aunque esta vida a muchos le choca, así vivimos la vida loca.
Empezamos 10 y ahora somos como 70. De discoteca en discoteca, abriendo botellas en el VIP. Yo sé que no es nada, mix with Hennessy. Eso es así, y mi corillo está activado. Estamos jangueando con mi gente de los Minas y los del Cibao, y como 20 de Bonao. Esta noche andamos sueltos y alborotados, descontrolados, haciendo pa' lo que nos da la gana. De Puerto Rico a la República Dominicana. Así es como vivimos, mis panas, jangueando con modelos y muchachas malas. Después de aquí nos vamos pa' Punta Cana, y vamos a bellaquear hasta por la mañana. Yo, ma, no te preocupes por nada, que esta noche vas a amanecer en mi cama. ¿Cómo te gusta eso, tú querés?
Así es como vivimos como las estrellas, mucho dinero, champán caro, mujeres bellas, todos los que están conmigo alcen la botella, que esta noche nos vamos para Quiqueya. Así es como vivimos la vida loca, sentado en VIP en el cielo rosa, aunque esta vida a muchos le choca, así vivimos la vida loca.
La vida loca. My crazy life. Yo, Willie, nos las comimos con esta. Este año es de nosotros, pay. Capicú, capicú, capicú.
You're listening to the Willie Valentin Show on WCM Radio, pumping freestyle and reggaeton.
By request, Synthia Figueroa from the Dance Music Artistic Style CD.
Why you gotta play Synthia for?
By request, bro.
By request. I saw it. She had the broom behind you. She was looking on song with you.
Si tú no play it now, te voy a dar.
My love, I will surrender. There's no holding back this time, and nothing to hide. So long
going to Mike and Lisa Gonzalez. Lisa wants to give a shout out to her sister, Synthia Figueroa. No doubt. Magic Night by Synthia Figueroa here on the Willie Valentin Show. This is Angel Mena, also on the Dance Music Artistic Style CD. Give us a call, 888-299-3167. The Willie Valentin Show, WCM Radio.
Listening to WCM Radio.
Get ready. If you could feel what I am feeling, then the truth is just believing. You're my diamond girl. Ooh, oh, diamond girl. You're my
you were singing that. Phil.
What?
When I tell you about putting the mic on when I play music.
I'm sorry. I didn't know my mic was on.
Wow.
You're lucky we're known for taking music off.
I didn't know that. I was singing, put it back. Diamond Girl.
All right, we'll cut off his mic.
That's it. No more.
There we go.
That's it. I think we'll have a good time here now, huh?
Also want to shout out Studio5B.com.
Studio5B.com.
They do the bangingest pictures, man. You want some good pictures, some good, some good photography. Any artist wants some headshots. This guy will give you some quality photos. So definitely check it out. Once again, www.studio5b.com.
5B as in boy. Yeah, man, he does really good work. He actually made me look like human. Pretty good.
Yeah, he makes you look a little bit taller.
But next time, don't take nude shots.
Why not?
That kind of like, I don't know.
I was in the room.
It made me feel uncomfortable. Come on.
Nah, come on. Nothing. How you gonna feel? Because I had a diaper and a baby rattle on? and a rattle in
with
my
the bib. With the bib. Was it BB? What is it?
Yo, man, I'm trying out for that new Baby Finster movie.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Osby. He just called in. Thanks for
Eyes
listening.
Vic, what's up, my man? I heard he was out there.
So thanks for calling in, and definitely check out the show every Thursday.
Hold on,
rocking the house, having some fun up in here.
Okay, lady trying to be on the radio.
So you guys ready for the third installment for tonight and the final installment for tonight of K7?
Yeah, I got every time I hear one of them, I got more questions, and then I listen to the next one and they get answered.
Yeah,
definitely.
So here we go, part 3, part C or whatever.
Part C, section A, paragraph 2 of
K7.
There you go.
On the Willie Valentin Show, WCM Radio. We're back on the Willie Valentin Show.
Welcome back, people. K7 in the house.
Yeah, this guy.
Hello. Yeah, not too long ago I was watching some stuff and I realized that you was on the Arsenio Hall show. How was that experience like? What did I mean?
Arsenio
Hall. Arsenio Hall. Remember that?
Arsenio was fun.
Yeah?
We got there a day before. There's a story that I got to tell you, but I can't tell you now. That happened to me the day prior. But when we got to Arsenio Hall, I met William Shatner, Captain Kirk.
That is amazing. Man.
And when I was a kid, I wanted to be Captain Kirk. Like kids used to pretend to be members of Star Trek.
Yeah.
And I used to pretend to either be Spock or Kirk. And I like Kirk because Kirk got all the girls. Right?
He was a cool dude, right?
Yeah. But, like, your Spock was just smart and he could do that funny thing with his fingers.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was the stuff. But I showed him how I could make a communicator out of loose leaf paper.
Oh, my God.
And then, he joked around. He joked around with us about, kissing green chicks on the show.
Kissing green chicks?
Yeah, because, like in Star Trek, there was an episode where he kissed a green girl.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And, like, they made a big deal. Like, people argued, if you view, like, Star Trek history, you'll find out that they were almost banned, and people criticized the fact that there was a scene of him kissing Lieutenant Uhura because he was black, but they allowed him to kiss a green chick. So we were talking about that.
That's kind of interesting.
Performance-wise, it was really fun.
I noticed when I saw it, it looked like you guys had a blast doing that show. I mean,
yeah, we had a live band that day too, so that made it that much better.
Yeah. Well, what other shows that you remember like that you've done that you had like a blast like that?
Showtime at the Apollo, like 4 times. Soul Train.
Oh, Soul Train, that was cool.
Yeah, Soul Train. We did Soul Train. We did we did Top of the Pops like 10 times, which is England's version of American Bandstand.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and things like that.
All right. Let's see what else we have here. This is Willie's question. Who was your favorite A in TKA?
See, Now you guys want me to get in trouble.
Well, you know, try to answer as best
I'm
you
gonna
can.
answer it. I'm gonna answer it honestly.
All right,
I'm gonna answer it honestly.
Let's go.
Everyone that was an A, okay? Everyone that was an A has special meaning to me.
Okay.
I thank AB because AB was able to, he was able to take over and get us One Way Love to get us our first hit.
Okay.
I'm grateful to AB to that. I'm grateful to Angel Vasquez because, or Angel Love as he loves calling himself, because that guy is the most persistent guy and the hardest worker that we've ever had. He never quit, that kid. And anytime that he persevered. Anytime there was a problem, he always persevered past that problem. So I respect him for that. George Lamond, vocally, he is my favorite A.
He's your favorite A?
George Lamond is my favorite A vocally because when he came in, it changed the sound performance-wise of us automatically. Before we even got in the studio, we were singing on stage.
Really?
And it's not just like One Way Love or Come Get My Love that he changed. It was just like, a song like Louder Than Love and or a song like Give Your Love to Me with George in there, or even a song like Maria with George in there. It just he got those that couldn't sing to sing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He made it work. He made it work for us. Sound-wise, he's a master.
Okay. I got a question for you, Kay. Now, before I get into that question, this is a small personal question. What was your last show in New York? Was TK? Do you remember where the last club you guys performed at when you guys were breaking up and stuff?
Wow.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I have a flyer because it's ironic because I started singing freestyle like 87, 88, but I didn't come out with a record until 1992. And supposedly, I opened up for your last show in New York at Silver Screens in Queens.
Yeah, that was, honestly, the Silver Screen was actually our final show altogether. Miami was called the final show, but the actual final show was at Silver Screen.
Okay, that's funny because my record came out a week before that last show, and I remember JR, who was my manager at the time, and he was the owner of Honorable Records, and I was on that label. Yeah. He said, all right, I got you opening up for TK tonight. Now, they're going to boo you because all they want to do is see TK. I was like, oh, my God. So I remember when they announced my name. And before TK comes out, we have whatever, Willie Valentin. Everybody's like, boo, TK. I was like, oh, my God. But ironically, I actually, at the end of the show, people were applauding, and I was like, thank God I proved myself. But the funny thing, I'll never forget, there was some words that you said at the end of your show. You guys were like in a huddle and you were hugging. You said, TK is and will always be the best freestyle group. And you guys were all huddled up. Everybody was in tears because it was just so emotional. That show the place was packed. You guys tore it up. I mean, like as you guys always did with the show, with the dancing and the singing. And it was your final show. It was so emotional. And I just want to let you know, it was great to be a part of that show. I don't even think you knew that I opened up for you guys because you probably were in the back and you guys were all getting ready and psyching yourself up for your last show. But that's memorable for me.
I was a space cadet at that point.
I can imagine.
I was like, all I was worried about was getting it over with.
Yeah.
So I don't remember.
No, of course.
I don't even remember that day.
Yeah, it's incredible because that's one of my memorable experiences with you guys. I think that's the only time I ever performed alongside TK. I mean, I think one time also a few years ago we did that show and it was with George Lamond was with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the original TK that I remember back in the days.
Yeah.
So I find, I've always wanted to perform with you guys, so I can honestly say that at least I got to perform for your last show. So it makes me feel good,
Yeah.
So I just want to let you know about that. So we'll go into another question.
Okay, we're into it.
Can I say something?
Sure.
You know that, and this is not to take away from Amy, but do you know that most people feel that the original, in their minds, that the original TK to them is me, Tony, and Angel?
Yeah. Oh, I hear debates all the time about that.
Yeah. People really feel like that. And And I always take in parallel the way that people read the TK stuff with freestyle. Not that we are freestyle, but it's just, I always look at that and I go, that explains to me why people don't know the original history of what freestyle is, because they only accept it from when they started.
Exactly. Right. You're right. You're absolutely right. So they really don't know. They don't know this stuff. If they don't remember who AB was, they don't know. Because I knew that Spider was in the group. I remember when Linda India was in the group. I was a fan.
Don't call her Linda. Don't call her Linda.
I know. That's right. I saw it on the internet. You can't call her.
She will call you Porky.
That's true. That's true. I saw the interview on the internet. I can't mess around. She legally changed her name. My bad. But I remember you guys performing at Roseland. I remember she used to sing with her face down, looking on the floor the whole time when she was singing back home with you guys. I'll never forget that.
Do you remember? Did you ever see her sing Dancing on the Fire with us?
No, that I didn't see.
Oh, man. That's another story for another day. I'll tell you that one in private.
Okay, I got a question for you. I want to see how you would answer this. But I want you to be more specific. What do you think was the main reason or part of the main reason for freestyle's decline? And, you know, the typical answer people tell me is, oh, the production, the vocals were weak, the writing was weak. You know, I don't have, you know, no shame. I'll save. I'll get into it with you. We can go back and forth and say, well, I felt, you know, this artist was a main reason, or this record company, or this production company, or, you know, there's some record labels out there, and I'll be very honest with you, Hot Productions in Florida, which I did a lot of compilations for, it's a major reason, and me and Paul are really close, but he knew it too. He's like, he didn't care anymore. He just wanted to put compilations.
I'll give you my PC answer without mentioning names.
Okay.
I'm going to, you know, but maybe you can decipher what I mean from this.
All right.
Let's start with radio. At the time of freestyle decline on the radio, the radio station that was encompassing what the freestyle sound was in New York was Hot 97.
Right.
It had just turned to Hot 97. It added the format of hip-hop. So it was playing hip-hop and freestyle.
Yep.
So it was catering to the Latinos, to young Latinos, and it was catering to blacks.
Yep.
It was successful at that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But hip-hop started on a rise at that point. So hip-hop was playing Wu-Tang Clan. It had groups, it had Nas coming out. It had Biggie coming out.
Right.
It had Pac becoming successful. All these groups that had something to really say musically were developing in New York radio.
Right.
With that being said, what was coming out musically for freestyle was this. There would be one TK song or maybe two TK songs a year. One George Lamond or possibly two. The Cover Girls, if they did. Sweet Sensation, if they did.
Right.
Okay? Very limited. While the top 8 groups, what I consider to be the top 8 freestyle groups, were doing their thing to try to get music out. If you look at how many months there are in a year and realize that you're not going to get, for 4 months, you're not going to get a good freestyle record, right, for 4 months. And then, you know, you have to divide that and how much you play that and how much it becomes monotonous.
Right.
When you only got 8 songs from those 8 groups, right? And then on the other hand, you have 20 to 30 to possibly 40 songs from different hip-hop groups that have something to say in their music. A record choose what he has, is going to choose what he has more of, as opposed to what he has less of.
Right.
That's okay, because we had different radio stations across the country that were still embracing us. We had Power 96, we had B96, we had KCFM.
Yep.
We had I forgot what the radio station was in LA, in San Jose as well. Got it. But what happened then was there was record companies that would turn around and basically pick someone just because they thought, because it was a cousin of a best friend of somebody who they knew.
Right.
And they heard him sing Mary Had a Little Lamb. And they would bring him into the studio and hand him a piece of paper and say, sing this.
Yeah.
Person had no vocal training. Person had no artist development, which is exactly what's happening to our sound right now.
Right.
There's no artist development.
Mm-hmm. Definitely not.
And with that being said, this person comes out, sings a tune, boom, they're during a show next week, they can't sing a lick, they're performing next to stars, and they sound like crap.
And standing around on stage, not dancing, not doing anything.
No presence whatsoever, no performance presence.
And then when they acting like crap, and then they got the star kick. You know, like, I'm a star, give me a room, and I need to be treated like a star.
Basically, que tienen mucho aire, a lot of air in their head.
Mucho guille.
Yeah.
and then they turn around and they're hoping that that someone will show them all this love. And when you have 25 of those cookie cutter groups coming out, and they all sound like crap.
Yep.
And we have this record label pushing this crap.
Mm-hmm.
And the owner of that record label is saying, well, I want to make a buck.
Yeah.
But
That's
they give me
really
crap.
Yep.
And let me rehash the beat that I used for this person 5 years ago to make this girl successful. And let me rehash the beat that I used for this guy to make this guy successful. And let me copy this beat of this group, and let me copy this beat of that group. And fundamentally, let me just keep it going this way. You're rehashing stuff that's already succeeded and is dying.
Yeah.
That's a real.
It didn't go to the next level. It just kept staying at the same level.
It didn't.
It kept going backwards, really, because they were sampling records from, let's go back to the 87, get that beat. Let's go back to the 86.
To be honest with you, what happened since then to now is as opposed to evolving, we're devolving.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You know, it's like, I go, at this point, there's cats in San Jose. There's the whole Pinoy movement that's happening in San Jose.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's the Texas freestyle.
Yep.
There's still remnants of Chicago freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Remnants. Miami won't even touch it.
Yeah. It's weird, because Miami was the bomb back then.
Grandma's music in Miami.
Yeah.
It's called classics.
Then you have Canadian freestyle too. I mean,
and you got Canadian freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's more, but we're a movement without focus.
Yeah.
We all have the same formula. If you're a group, if you're a girl group, you want to sound like Sweet Sensation, you want to sound like the Cover Girls.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a guy group, you want to sound like TKA, right?
Yeah.
So could I be honest with you?
Sure.
TKA wasn't the best vocal group of our time.
There's a lot of debates on the internet all the time about that.
Successful.
Okay.
We were lucky enough to have good songs and be successful. You know who was the best vocal group to me?
I would definitely want to know this. Yeah. Who do you think was? Who?
I think Voice sounded really good. I thought that the lead singer of Voice and the guys in Voice had great harmony.
Carlos, right? That was Carlos, the lead singer.
Yeah, I thought that they were great. I thought that they could sing, like, they really sang really well.
Cool. I hardly saw him perform much. I remember I used to hang with Carlos a few years ago, and but when they were out there, I did very few shows with them. So you probably saw them a lot more than me. So,
But you know what happened? What happened to all those groups is that, their management and all these stuff, they would turn around and talk. They would say TKA, 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 TKA to them, and it's the same thing that happens to all the freestyle artists now.
Yeah.
You say, oh, you're not good, you're not better than. That's why I go on the web pages and I go, why are you comparing, this new guy that's coming out with this old guy? Everyone's going to pick the old guy.
Yeah.
Because this guy doesn't have the memories that the old guy has.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That makes sense, yep.
And that's what happens with a group like, when you compare it to a group like TKA. Yeah, okay, boom. You're competing with the song that's on the radio, and you're the brand new group, so you're going to stay stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to feel that pressure of being told that you're not good enough. And it's basically verbal abuse.
Mm-hmm.
It's verbal abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. It's true.
Yeah.
It's like pressure. You're putting pressure on them. you're not being like TK, or you're not sounding like TK, or you're not performing like TK.
You're not as good as George Lamont. Listen, you know what? I know I'll never sing as great as G. But you know what? I still got to find who I am. And these groups out there will not. A lot of these new singers that are out there really want to sound like George.
Yeah.
They really want to sound like TK. They really want to pretend to be people that they're not.
Right. It's true.
And it kills them.
That's very true.
I gotta quit.
I'm not tooting my own horn. Like I said to you earlier.
No, I know.
I just got lucky.
That's very humble. I mean,
yeah.
I know. I mean, I pretty much met a lot. I mean, almost all the artists in freestyle. Not everybody has your attitude, and not everybody has the success that you had, and they don't think the way you do. You know, I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to get into that crazy bochincha and stuff. But I've hung out with artists who maybe had one mediocre song that that did something, got on maybe Hot 97 back in the days, and they swear they deserve the world. That they're better than everyone out there. They hate on everybody else. Oh, this person they're whack. Oh, I performed with them. I burned them. But meanwhile, they have one record that did okay. Maybe sold 50,000 copies. And they're George Michael. You know what I'm saying? They look at themselves that way. Oh, I'm huge. I just don't want to make any more records, or I'm looking around. I haven't found the label that I want to be with. And
I'm gonna tell you what my favorite groups of our era.
Yeah.
George Lamont, as you've heard me mention his name like 10 times already.
Yeah.
Vocalist. As a vocalist, as a solo singer, I love his voice. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
In our genre.
Yeah.
Betty from Sweet Sensation and the girls from Sweet Sensation.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Yeah,
that was my favorite girl group. I say this now, it's not to offend any of the other girl groups that are my friends. That is my favorite female singing group. My favorite female vocalist only has one record that I know of.
Okay.
And it's my favorite freestyle song of all time.
Go ahead.
That's Lydia Lila.
I knew it. I was thinking in my head. I said, it's got to be Lydia. You said one record. I'm like, it's got to be Lydia Lila.
One record. That's it. She is my favorite. That's my favorite freestyle record of all time. There's nothing compared to that song to me.
Wow.
Now, this is from a person, and I have to say this out loud. While I was making freestyle, I was listening to hip-hop music. During the height of my success as a freestyle artist, I did not listen to freestyle.
Okay. Maybe that's what
makes sense.
That's what maybe was a part of your success.
Maybe. I'm not sure, but possibly. Maybe because I was influenced by other music as opposed to the music that I was
listening. So that way you weren't influenced to copy anybody else. You weren't trying to be like anybody else. Your style was your own because you weren't looking at everything else around you that everybody else was doing.
Or identically to everybody else around them, so he just went on a different route.
That's great.
Which was, that's got to be the vision of an artist.
So you got any final words, anything you want to say to the family, message, or any shout-outs or anything like that?
Don't eat fat foods. One thing is that to all the fans out there, I want to thank you. Because regardless of who's been with us, you always supported us. I hope that I could continue to entertain you guys, and that you guys appreciate that you're still able to hear your favorite songs. I know that it's very important for you guys to have the memories and be able to see the faces that you used to have crushes on when you were kids. But the thing about life sometimes is sometimes when you quit. When you bring back old memories, sometimes it brings back old problems.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need that.
Yeah.
So sometimes recreating it over and keeping going, like they always say, the grass is not, everyone wonders if the grass is greener on the other side.
Right.
You just stay where you are. Just stay where you are. I'll bring it to you, and you'll enjoy it. Lastly, I said this in an interview the other day, and I'm going to say it right now. There is not a king of freestyle. There is not a group that are the kings of freestyle. There is not. Anybody who passes themselves off as the king of anything is a false idols, meaning that they're building themselves up to be torn down.
Wow.
They're alienating themselves and standing away from you, pretending that they're bigger and greater than you are. And you don't need that. You need unity right now to keep this moving. To say that I'm better than anybody else, or for someone to turn around and take a title and say, I'm better than you. Think about that.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
People always ask me why I never wanted to be called the king of freestyle. And I used to always reply, I'm not even the king in my own home. How do I expect myself? Right? If you hear my song Come Baby Come, the first line says, I slam the door when I come into the bedroom because I'm the king of the castle. The following words that come after that are nah, 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 meaning no way.
Hell no, right? That's funny.
That is to say that a man is a man. I'd rather be called an artist than a king.
Right.
That's deep.
I'm an artist. And your freestyle favorites, your favorites, not king.
Nice.
That's good. That's good.
Well, thanks, Kate. Thanks for hanging out with us for a couple of hours here. It's been wow, very informative, entertaining. It's been a lot of fun, especially for me. And I know Lou is right now looking at me, telling me, "Wow,
this guy is deep, man." And a lot of things that you're saying is like, "Whoa." It's not only that inspiring to me, and listening to you and how you deal with things and how you see things and how, some artists are even afraid to even say what they want to say sometimes. And it's good that there are still artists out there who believe in what they believe in and are willing to speak about it and say something about it. So thank you, Kay, for coming on to the Willie Valentin Show, and we got all the support from us.
Definitely. When your new stuff is out, let me know because I'm definitely gonna pump it here.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'd love to play for you.
Cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, that's K7 here on the Willie Valentin Show. You guys have any other questions you want to ask him? Just forward me some emails, and I'm gonna make sure he gets back to you guys. And hopefully we'll bring him on in the future with his new album, new music, and we'll be rocking it here on the Willie Valentin Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Yeah.
Whoa.
That was awesome.
Definitely.
So that was part one this week of the K7 interview. We have a lot more. And I'm getting a lot of feedback from the fans out there. A lot of people are really digging this interview a lot. So, again, I'd like to thank K7 for spending time with us and doing the interview.
Thank you, K7, definitely, man.
And for not holding back and speaking his mind.
Yep.
And, definitely got a lot of respect for the man. And I know he's going to do well with his new stuff as he's done with the K7 and TK stuff. Like he said, he's lucky, and I bet his luck is going to continue.
Yeah, definitely.
I got to take him to Vegas, man. Win some money.
Use him as a good luck charm.
Well, that about wraps the show this week. We'll be back next week, Thursday, from 10 o'clock to midnight, maybe a little longer like we did tonight. And we're going to have a little more K7, some more great music, some more mixes, and I think we'll have a phone punk for next week. We're going to do a couple of skits, new commercials, and there's a truck passing in the background. This is great. This is so professional.
Yeah, it's the Bronx, man.
Thanks again for listening in. Don't forget, Freestyle Reggaeton lives here on the Willie Valentin Show, WCM Radio. My name is Willie Valentin.
It's Louie Lou.
Se fue ese pendejo Phillip Anthony.
Yo, he walked out the door, man.
Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. I'm going to leave you off with a little Tear Shed MKG.
Peace.
You're listening to the Willie Valentin Show on WCM Radio.